Welcome back. In this lesson, you will learn how to generate and view events in the Bolero portal. Once a Bolero device has been installed in the field, it will begin to transmit events when various events occur. In the case of the Bolero GPS monitor, events can be triggered when the ignition is turned on and off, or when inputs 1 or 2 are triggered. In the case of the Bolero cycle manager, the counter is transmitted to the back end every 4 hours, or when the other events occur. In both cases, all messages can be displayed in the Events section of the portal. Click on the Events button in the upper section of the screen. You will notice that no events are displayed. This is normal. We will trigger some events in the web portal now. Please note, we assume you have wired up your modem based on lesson 5 and 6 for this demonstration. Let's go ahead and turn on the ignition on this device. In order to see the ignition on message we just triggered, we need to refresh our web page. Press the F5 key on your keyboard to refresh the page. You will notice that a new record is displayed, documenting the date, time the ignition was activated on this particular piece of equipment. Every piece of equipment you monitor using Bolero devices will show up here. Let's go ahead and turn the ignition off on the device. Now, press the F5 key again and you'll see the message updated with the date, time the equipment was turned off. If you do not see the message updated, press the F5 key again until the message has been updated. For GPS signals, it typically takes a few minutes to lock, to occur on the satellites depending on how clear it is and how good the line of sight is to the sky. If there was a GPS signal acquired, the GPS column would show the value yes. We will talk about this later in the lesson. Triggering inputs on pins 6 and 7 on the Bolero GPS monitor will also generate events in the user interface. These events could be tied to real-life events like a float switch activating or a pressure switch activating. Equipment Event List. To view the individual events that occurred, click on the Equipment Event link. This screen lists all the individual events that occurred in the last 7 days. In our case, the ignition came on, the unit woke up and the ignition was turned off. The date and time of each event will be listed here as well. All the individual events generated in the system will be shown in the Equipment Event list. The summary of all ignition on-off and a summary of the input 1 and 2 events will be shown in the Equipment Summary list. To see some GPS events, let us log into the demo account. Click on the Logout link. Then click on the Login link and sign on as a username, demo, with a password of demo. As you can see, we've been testing various units here at Bolero. There are many events that have gone on. It is a good time to show you how to navigate pages within a grid view. If you want to go back in time, click on the number 2 link at the bottom of the screen for the next page of events in the database. Alternatively, you can click on number 3 to get to the very first record for this device. Let's go back to page number 1 and let's have a look at the GPS event. You'll see here that the GPS column has a yes. You will notice that the map icon is only activated when the GPS column contains the value yes. This means that a GPS lock was acquired while the equipment was on and the ignition was turned off. Go ahead and click on the map icon. A new screen is displayed showing us where the device was at the time. The interface uses Google Maps, so we can drill down into the map area, flip the display to the satellite, etc. That ends our lesson on how to generate and view events. You should now be able to easily view and analyze the business events generated by the Bolero solution. Thanks for stopping by, and see you in the next lesson.